It's Cowboys week, ladies and gentlemen. Eagles, Cowboys, hour and a half away. Let's get this shit show going.
Oh, baby.
There's nothing like this game. Everything I go get. Hold it this way.
What is up, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the AAT Sports Birds, Beers, and BS pregame show here on the AAT Sports Network. We are your hosts, Eagle Jeff Warner, alongside Peanut here. And look, it's Eagles Cowboys week. The 5-0 Philadelphia Eagles gets the 4-1 Dallas Cowboys at the Lincoln Financial Field. And look, we want to hear your thoughts. We want to know what you think of tonight's game. You think the Eagles are going to win, lose, what's going to happen, who could be the difference maker in this game. Let us know your thoughts. Leave your comments in the comments section. We'll post it out throughout the show. We're going to do a little bit of short pregame show, not as long as we normally do, just because, look, everyone wants to get ready for this game. Everyone wants to get their spot on the couch. Everyone wants to get their beverage of choice, which, if you haven't already, make sure to get your Doan from Doan Distillery.
Oh, yeah.
They need to get their snacks. Everyone wants to get prepared for this game because, look, this game just became even more pivotal for tonight's matchup. We were talking all this week.
Yeah.
Everyone was talking about this is first place for the NFC East, which is technically true.
Yeah.
Look, as the Eagles are 5-0 right now, but if they lose this football game, Dallas Cowboys take on over, and then you have a third team in the mix in the NFC East. As look, who would have thought through 6 weeks we'd be talking about a 3-team race for the NFC with the New York Football Giants getting a big victory over the Baltimore Ravens today, improving to 5-1 as well. So look, let us know your thoughts on tonight's game. Look, it's time for some Eagles football. Let's get amped. The Phillies are in the NLCS, so let's cap off this tremendous weekend with the Eagles victory. So, Peanut, lead it off. Let us know what you're thinking about tonight's game.
Tonight's a super huge game, man. I mean, we're going with Cooper Rush at quarterback, and this might be one of those. If Cooper, listen, it's a double-edged sword. Cooper Rush might, if he wins this game, I mean, you might be talking about a quarterback controversy down in Dallas. So, it's one of those games we waited for all year. Every week we're like, this is the one that's going to prove this. I think this game right here solidifies what we are for the rest of the season, and it solidifies us going into the bye week as the number one contenders in the NFC East. Who would have thought the NFC East wouldn't be trash this year? Remember, we were the laughing stock of the NFL. Now all of a sudden we have 3 teams that are vying for the number one spot, and all these 3 teams are playing incredible football. Well, not incredible football, but they're winning games. I mean, Dallas is playing all right. Giants playing all right.
Cowboys, you can't count them out. They have I would say their defense is playing tremendous, and the one factor in this football game is definitely going to, from an Eagles standpoint, is where's Waldo, and that's where is Micah Parsons. Parsons has been a tremendous force on that Cowboys defense, and he's making a difference. And he's a type of guy that they are not using in a traditional role. He's a guy that they're putting at back in coverage. They're bringing him on as a down lineman. They're having him as a linebacker, as a pass rusher.
Yeah.
They're utilizing him to his strengths. His number one strength is his speed and his instinct. He had that at Penn State, and he's showing the transition that from college ball to the NFL. And he's honestly one of the most best up-and-coming players in all the National Football League. And unfortunately, it's on the Dallas Cowboys.
Yeah, isn't there an injury situation with him? Wasn't he tweaked or something this week, if I'm not mistaken?
I can't remember. He might have been on the injury list, but look, I'll say, speaking of that, let me check. I think the Eagles, they did release the inactives for this week. Eagles inactives and Cowboys inactives, because there was a late addition from what Adam sent me, one of our fellow listeners.
Yeah, shout out Adam.
For that, apparently CeeDee Lamb was added to the injury list late, I think yesterday or today. So let me.
But I guess
check
he's gonna play today, so that's gonna be a huge matchup.
They said he was questionable. So okay. So for the Dallas Cowboys, their inactives for tonight, of course, quarterback Dak Prescott, quarterback Nashawn White, safety Marquise Bell, linebacker Devin Harper, tackle Matt Walesko, and tight end Dalton Schultz. So
hey,
look, the security blanket for the Dallas Cowboys offense for Dak Prescott and Cooper Rush is out for tonight's game.
Depleted.
For the Philadelphia Eagles, luckily, they're pretty healthy. Look,
nice.
Quarterback Ian Brook, which is expected.
Yeah.
Quarterback Josh Joby, safety Reed Blankenship, running back Trey Sermon, which I'm kind of.
Sermon was all right.
Well, yeah, I'm kind of disappointed in that. Look, he had a couple nice runs over the last couple weeks when he was given the opportunity. But I understand with Boston Scott. Look, Nick Sirianni loves Boston Scott, and I think the difference in the matter is the special teams. We know when it comes to the latter part of this or of your roster, these inactives, if you don't play special teams, you're not playing on the field.
Yeah.
Also, guard Josh Sills and defensive end Taron Jackson.
Agreed.
Yo, speaking of the devil, yo, what's up, Adam? Thank you for joining the program.
What's going on?
How's it going, man? I'll say, look. It's Eagles-Cowboys week. I'll say we already know the Phillies are in the NLCS. Their next step, hopefully, to making the World Series. So it's cap off the weekend with an Eagles victory. So, look, since you're the guest of the show, what are your thoughts for tonight's game?
I think at first it's going to be like it might be close at first, but then once the Eagles start getting going, and then in the second half, I think the Eagles will pull away, and I say they win like 35-17.
That number's been coming up a lot this year. I think every time I interview someone, I'm like, what do you think the score is going to be for this Vikings game? It's like 35-17. Hopefully that's true, that finally we get the 35-17 score we've all been waiting for.
And look, there's a lot of X factors in this game. There's a lot of storylines heading to this game. One is the Philadelphia Eagles are 5-0. And then, of course, Cooper Rush is 5-0 as a starter. So, look, when Dak Prescott went down, everyone expected the Dallas Cowboys to fold. No one expected them to still be in contention and ride this train without quarterback Dak Prescott, with Cooper Rush or whoever they were going to have fill in for him for these 4 or 5 weeks while he had his injury. And Cooper Rush, we might have a quarterback controversy.
That's what I'm hoping. But I think a lot of people are giving Cooper Rush a little bit too much props. I think this Dallas defense has really kept this team in the game. All Cooper Rush has to do is not turn the ball over. So, I mean, what did he throw for last week? I think it was like 105 yards or something.
Stats.
You know what I mean?
Stats are only one part of the game. I agree with you.
It's a huge part of the game.
I'll say I agree with you. Like, look, Cooper Rush, he's not a gunslinger. He's not Patrick Mahomes. He's not Josh Allen. He's not a guy that's going to make a big play at the quarterback position, but he's been playing well. Yeah. And all Dallas fans and Dallas cares about is wins. Yeah. And Cooper Rush has been doing that 5-0 as a starter. Yeah. And look, they're able to, I feel, run their offense a little bit more efficiently with Cooper Rush behind center than Dak. Dak is obviously the better quarterback, the better player, but I feel like there's too much pressure on him, or the flow just doesn't go as well with him. Yeah. Look, I'll say they're able to establish the running game with Zeke and Tony Pollard, have that earth and wind factor with those two guys.
Earth and wind. Hey, Adam, who do you think on the defensive side of the Eagles' ball is going to be the guy that's going to make a difference in tonight's game?
I say if CD Lamb plays, I would say Slay. But
he is. I'll say CD Lamb is active for tonight's game.
Hopefully he's injured though. I mean, not hopefully. Well, I don't wish it injury.
Well, maybe the snap counts. Who knows what happens with
I would also say Gardner Johnson or TJ Edwards.
Yeah, you know what? Gardner Johnson's an interesting name that you threw out there, because we're talking about a guy that kind of joined the team a little late in the building of this team, and I don't think we've seen the full potential of what Gardner Johnson could actually do. So I'm with you on that one, Adam. I'm looking forward to seeing how Gardner Johnson starts to mend, and I think this could be one of those games where he can have a little bit of a breakout game this time. I do agree with Slay, but Slay's like he brings it every week. So I'm looking forward to seeing how our defensive line gets to Cooper Rush, but more importantly, I'm looking forward to seeing how the safeties respond if CeeDee Lamb takes the top off of the defense. We'll see what happens, man. It's gonna be a fun game. I'm hoping it's gonna be a fun game.
I feel it's gonna come down to the factor in this game for both teams, besides the quarterback play. Look, Jalen Hurts, he hasn't been playing the best football, but the Eagles are still finding ways.
Yeah.
Look, I'll say they've been finding ways to win games through the air, on the ground. Last week, we had to have a little bit of luck, and we had to have the Arizona Cardinals miss a field goal.
Yeah, and Murray wasn't sound on the top. Last week's game was more or less quarterback sneak game. I've never seen that many quarterback sneaks in my entire life. You see how they line up and they push and they pull them in. I thought that was pretty interesting. And it's a good segue to what you want to bring up, which is the Hurts alerts for this week. It looks like he took a little bit of a dive. He's in between guarded and the green area. So we're hoping that he gets back into that Super Bowl MVP caliber play. But right now, if you pay attention, he kind of took a little dip last week. He didn't play his greatest football. It was a tough defense that he played against, but more or less, where was AJ Brown?
The issue last week was the one factor that could cost this team down the stretch of the season when it comes to injuries is their lack of depth along the offensive line.
Well, I think the offensive line, for the lack of a better term, played decently with the amount of injuries that they
that's
had.
what I'm saying. They filled in nicely. Look, Driscoll, but I don't have faith in Driscoll to go out there and play every single down.
Agreed.
So that's the one downside to this roster is if this offensive line gets depleted, you're gonna have Jalen Hurts running for his life. You're gonna have him not having the comfortable pocket that we have seen
for the past couple weeks
when everyone is out there healthy.
Yeah, I agree. I totally agree with you. And we had so many injuries on that offensive line, so it's hard to judge his play.
Well, Mailata and Dickerson are both active, and they look like they will be playing. In tonight's game. So no Jack Driscoll. I think Andre Diller. He is also active.
He's cleared to play too, right?
Yeah. So look, we have some offense. We have a little bit more depth along that offensive line.
That's a good thing to hear.
So Adam, I would say, I don't know. I would give us some more thoughts. I would say, how are you thinking about tonight's game? I know you gave a little bit of your tidbits on what you think might happen, but what do you think in this game for the Eagles? Look, what do you think that could prevent them from winning? What is the one thing? What is their one downfall or one X factor for the Dallas Cowboys that where the Eagles could lose in this game?
I say, because Dallas is going to they're going to blitz a lot with Michael Parsons and all that. So the Eagles have to get either quick screen passes to the running backs or even Dallas Goedert
I'll stop you there. I agree with you. They have to get the neutralize Michael Parsons and that pass rush. They're going to have to get rid of the ball quickly. That's going to be the one factor that Jalen Hurts is going to have to do, especially in this passing game, is get the ball quickly. But I'm tired of these freaking Dallas Goedert screens. I'll say last week
it worked.
It didn't work that well.
I mean, it worked.
The week before it worked, but look, we won the game, but it wasn't because of Dallas Goedert screen.
No, it was because of Kyler Murray.
Yeah, Kyler Murray sliding before thinking that he hit an extra down.
And mind you, the player of the game last week, everyone's saying all these names. It's Milton Williams. If it wasn't for that guy tipping that little bit of it, we probably would have lost that game.
Who knows? But sorry, continue, man.
See, Adam, this is what we do. We cut people off. We're rude. We're burping, farting. This he farted earlier,
right before we went on.
Right on. He's like, sit down. The show's about to start. It's like sitting in a fog of fart, man. It was horrible. Go ahead, Adam. Continue on.
Yeah, and the Eagles just have to, if they get the lead, they have to run the ball with Miles Sanders or whoever else they put out there. How many times do you think Miles Sanders will get tonight?
I think Miles Sanders, they're going to feature Miles Sanders heavily. I think they're going to counter that blitz with maybe some draws, definitely some RPO. What I really, really want is they need to get AJ Brown more involved with this offense. And you said it, Adam. You were like, you want to get the points on board early. Well, I'm a little afraid of the points on early because if we're up 21-0 by the second quarter, we might go into the next half and maybe score a field goal or so. So I'd like to keep the foot on the gas and I want to see some big plays, man. I know we've been playing small ball to win the game, which is fine. It worked last week, but we have big playmakers that can make big plays. So let's incorporate, get the ball in the hands of your playmakers. And honestly, I don't want to just win this game, man. I want to embarrass them, just like they want to embarrass us. Remember last year when they put the shellacking on our third strings and whatnot?
The Eagles have not had a lot of success when it comes to the Dallas Cowboys over the last 3 or 4 years. Look, Jalen Hurts is also 0-2 against the Dallas Cowboys. Both games were on the road over the last 2 seasons. So, look, the Dallas Cowboys have had their number. And, look, I agree with you. I'm tired of everyone considering the Dallas Cowboys this Super Bowl contending team. And don't get me wrong, they're a solid football team. But, of course, if the Eagles, it's a lose-lose situation. If we lose this game, all we're going to hear are the cockroaches talking all this week. Look, you lost to our backup quarterback. If we win this game, you only beat our backup quarterback.
Yeah, exactly.
Look, I don't give a crap who's playing. Injuries are part of the game.
Yeah.
The Eagles' offensive line are banged up. Look at the year the Eagles went to the Super Bowl.
Yep.
They lost Jordan Hicks, who was expected to be a major contributor on the defense side of football linebacker.
Yeah.
They lost Darren Sproles.
Yeah.
They lost Jason Peters.
Yeah.
Look,
preach.
It all comes down to teams and the management assembling a deep roster to overcome those injuries. And look, I understand the NFC is weak this year, and the Eagles haven't had the toughest schedule. But don't get me look at the Cowboys' schedule so far. Their schedule, they haven't, I don't think, faced an offense that's like top 15 in yards per game so far this year.
Agreed.
I saw some crazy stat, but don't get me wrong. I agree with you.
Yeah.
That defense is phenomenal, and it's going to be a major issue for this Eagles offense, especially like last week.
Yeah.
I would say the Arizona Cardinals basically game planned and
they set the precedent on how to
they put the blueprints out there to the rest of the league on how to contain and control the Philadelphia Eagles. And against Jalen Hurts, it's blitzing. Mm-hmm. It's getting after and forcing him to get rid of his not having a comfortable pocket, delivering the ball before he wants to, before he goes through his reads, getting after and rattling him around. Because, look, Jalen Hurts statistically is one of the worst quarterbacks in the National Football League against the blitz right now.
Yep, agree.
Are you watching one of the games?
Adam, are you watching the game?
Yeah, I got the Chiefs, man.
We were trying to do the same thing.
What's the score?
2017 Chiefs with 3 minutes left.
Jeez Louise. Man, I'll tell you what, that drive that they did, the Bills drive, right? What was it, like 99 yards?
Right before halftime?
Yeah, that was beautiful.
Helped my fantasy team, but look, I'm getting spanked right now. I'm
playing Tommy. Fuck you, Tommy. Fuck it. That guy wins at everything. Jesus Christ.
But look, I'll say we're having a quick show. Everyone wants to get back to the game. I know some of the games are going on right now. Let's go. Let's get that victory. So look.
Hell yeah.
I'll say, Adam, since you're the guest, before you get out of here, I'll say, give us a score. Who you give us player of the game? What you expect to happen in this game?
Eagles.
I know you already gave a score, but if you
35-17.
Yeah, 35-17.
Which I would be super happy with.
Who's your player of the game?
Oh, good call.
A.J. Brown.
I hope so.
I'm hoping, but look, going against Trayvon Diggs, look, both defenses and both it's gonna be a chess match out there for both teams. It's gonna come down to whoever makes the least amount of mistakes. I know that's an old cliche, but look, when it comes to games like this, when these NFC East matchups, these are very physical, hard-fought battles 90% of the time.
What happened to blow? Remember last week, we're going to go down there and blow them out. Where's that Jeffrey at, man? We need that Jeffrey now, man.
Because, look, the Dallas Cowboys are a decent football team. The Arizona Cardinals, they're a reason why the Arizona Cardinals are below 500 at this point.
Yeah, well,
we're about to be 500.
Arizona's got a dangerous offense. As soon, you know what's weird?
Once they get DeAndre Hopkins back.
I was gonna say once they get DeAndre Hopkins back, and Murray, he's not as weak as we think he is. He just in the second half, he literally turned into a different quarterback. But in this game, I'm sorry, let's look at the facts. If we can get to that quarterback, if we can rattle Cooper Rush, right? Cooper Rush. I'm sorry, that was brought to you by Doan, by the way. And it tastes like Quakerade Classic Lemon. Go to Doan at the Quakertown Trolley Barn. They have phenomenal drinks there. But if the front four can provide the pressure that we need to provide, I don't think we're going to see the same Cooper Rush. I think it's going to be a different. At this point, they're just keeping him in so that they can put that.
And Gannon last week, we were going into that game. We were worried about what type of game plan he was going to have out there.
Well, you're facing a mobile quarterback,
especially Kyler Murray. And look, for the most part, they contained Murray. You saw a lot of spy with Kaiser White and the linebackers, and they were able to get pressure on Kyler with that front four. The only thing I want more from our pass rush is I want more contribution from some of the other guys. Look.
Yeah.
1 week Brandon Graham had a decent game, but where has he been lately? Yeah. Hassan Reddick has been the most consistent pass rusher that we have had so far along this defensive line.
Hassan Reddick's a monster.
And
he's a monster.
I'll say, and I'm finally one of the positives. I'm finally glad to see that we're finally seeing what Jordan Davis is able to do.
I was just
he's starting to ascend his game a little bit, and we're starting to see that disruptive force that he has the possibility. To bring your defense.
He draws the double and he bullies these kids, man. That's what they look like when they play against him. They look like kids. So I'm hoping, especially with the depleted offensive line. I'm hoping. Well, the one thing I'm worried about is that we get too aggressive, and you have guys like Pollard who could take it to you. You know what I'm saying?
Well, our run defense has been hit or miss this season.
Absolutely.
Look at that week 1 against DeAndre Swift, which DeAndre Swift is a tremendous talent. But look, they were able to gash us for about 200 yards on the ground.
Yep.
So definitely that run defense, they need to find ways to clog those holes, things up, and not give up some big plays. Look, Pollard and Zeke, they're going to get their yards.
Yeah, absolutely.
But look, we need to cause some havoc and cause some turnovers, and that's something that this Eagles defense has done a tremendous job this season, is getting after the quarterback and causing takeaways. And that is the difference why this Eagles team right now is 5-0 to start the season. But look, on the other side, the Dallas Cowboys, they're a defense that haven't given up 20 points a game this year. They're also, I think they're a team that hasn't given up more than 1 touchdown a game all season long as well.
So it's gonna be a tough game. I'm not changing subjects, but remember the 2017 season we played the New York Giants. I think it was like week 5 or 6, or no, it was like week 4.
It was the field goal.
The field goal.
Yeah, it was week 2. Week 3.
That year, the field goal. And making it was a pivotal point in that year to solidify us moving forward. And I kind of feel like last week's blocked field goal was not the same. It wasn't the same thing, but it was in a sense like good teams when they play bad. And in this situation, like, we should have lost that game.
I don't know. Even if that game went into overtime, I still think we would have came out on top.
Well, I wasn't so sure because
I wasn't going throughout that game. I didn't feel it really ever had that much momentum.
You weren't nervous at all when they were just driving down the field the way they were.
I kind of feel the Eagles defense was going to make a stop. I thought I was going to go to overtime, though. I definitely thought he was making that kick.
So did I. Milton Williams, shout out to Milton Williams, my player of the game last week, because we thought he missed it. That kicker.
Well, the NFL still hasn't gave Milton Williams the credit for that block.
There's still frames of him touching the ball, though. You know what I mean?
But I think the fact that it's still made a distance that they don't consider it a blocked field goal. I think they consider it like a misdirection or something.
Man, that poor kicker does not get any. I feel so bad for that dude, man. 100%.
But Adam, I'll say we're going to finish up the show in a few minutes. Do you have any other final thoughts?
Yo, by the way, hold on. Adam watches all our shows. Shout out to Adam.
Yeah,
I love you, my brother.
We appreciate your support, man.
Yo, I'm telling you, it's very much appreciated. Thank you, my friend. Well, go ahead, Adam. I'm sorry.
I'd just say go Birds.
Go Birds. Awesome. Thank you, man. Have a good one.
Be safe, brother.
Yeah.
Look, the Philadelphia Eagles and the Dallas Cowboys, we are about 1 hour away, 60 minutes from Sunday Night Football. And look, I know every game, we say this every week, every game matters in the National Football League. This game is astronomical for both football teams.
Yep.
Because, look, right now we have a 3-team race with the Dallas Cowboys, the New York Giants, and the Philadelphia Eagles. And, look, we're only a quarter of the way season through, but how satisfying would it be
I got a lot of phone calls
beat-
to make if
the-
that happens.
to beat the Dallas Cowboys on Sunday Night Football in front of the national audience, especially when Cowboys are America's team, to go into our bye week 7-0, sitting there high and mighty atop the NFC East as the number 1 seed in the NFC and the NFL as of right now, which let's not even get into that. Look, I understand everyone wants to say the Buffalo Bills and the Kansas City Chiefs are better football teams, which I tend to agree, but our record is number 1, and that's all that matters if we win tonight's game.
We'll take it. And I'm honest with you, like I during the week building up to this game, I was a little nervous. I'm a little nervous, but you can't be nervous. This team checks all the boxes. So if Jalen Hurts plays a smart game, if the defense, I'm sorry, not just the defensive players, but if the defensive coordinator doesn't get soft on this team, I don't see us losing this game. I mean, it's possible.
That crowd is going to be insane.
Well, we're idiots. Jason Peters called us idiots.
He clarified his remarks.
Yeah,
he was
clarify that shit.
He went on the John Clark podcast and clarified, look, he was basically saying that Philadelphia, they're
we're idiots, though.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah,
they're one of the most rambunctious crowds and one of the best fan bases in the NFL. So he had to clarify that. But, yeah, look, the revenge tour continues. If we can win tonight, we knock off another former Eagle on our little route. But, look.
Maybe that's the storyline. It's almost like what was that movie? Whatever. I forget whatever the movie. It's like a video game. Every boss battle is, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I am getting pretty cocky. Wife.
Shit.
5-0.
For those out there that don't know, Jeff's wife is from Texas and is a huge Dallas Cowboys fan.
She's not a huge fan. I don't think she can name. She probably can't name the backup quarterback right now.
Well, don't make her. She'll do it on the comments. She'll do it right now. The backup quarterback is Dak Prescott.
It doesn't count because she can look it up on
she can look it up.
Mrs. Google.
Mrs. Google, the Google monster.
But look, Peanut, I'll say, what do you think for tonight's score before we get the hell out of here?
You know what's weird? I steered clear of the whole thing that people have been saying because we've been hearing this number a lot, and I'm feeling like this is the game where we're going to get that number. I'm saying the Birds win 35-17. I think Cooper Rush, this is going to be his last game. I think Dak Prescott will be the starter next week. I think this can be the game to stamp that this team is moving forward and on a trajectory of getting to the playoffs and having a winning record.
That's not even a Jeffism. That's a peanutism.
That is a peanutism.
Look, I agree with you. I'm confident with this team. I understand. Look, your record is what it is.
Yeah.
But this is one of those games that can help solidify your team as a contender. And I'm tired of everyone around the National Football League not giving the Philadelphia Eagles enough credit.
I agree.
And saying because of their easy schedule that they're going to falter once they start facing stiff competition, which, look, the Dallas Cowboys,
stiff as it gets.
I'll say I'm not gonna deny that. They're a decent football team.
Yeah, decent.
But I feel we are a way better football team. And look, Jalen Hurts, I with that crowd at home on Sunday Night Football on the lights, on the national crowd, he's going to put those haters to rest tonight. And he's going to make the Dallas Cowboys defense silly. And I have him playing up a 40 burger on Sunday Night Football. 42-21. Wow. A high-scoring affair. But the Eagles' defense, as well as Jalen Hurts' play, the Eagles' defense is going to be the difference in this game. And they're going to cause a lot of turnovers and a lot of havoc for Cooper Rush and Mike McCarthy's offense. And they're going to get the big W heading into Sunday's or into next week's bye week.
They're gonna be eating them W's.
Absolutely. Yeah. Okay, wife. Not happening. Get the hell out of here. I'll be talking to you later. But look, thank you for everyone for tuning into tonight's AAT Sports pregame show with Birds, Beers, and BS. Look, we appreciate everyone's support, so make sure you're following, liking, subscribing, hitting that notification button. Anytime one of our shows on our network goes live, it lets you know so you can check in, give us your thoughts, give us a thumbs up, give us a thumb down. Make sure you subscribe to our YouTube channel for all our content, including Johnny's tremendous videos. Check out the latest.
Shout out Johnny.
A lot of videos that he makes that we put up there, so make sure to check them out. But first, before we get out here, let's play some bills. So I'd like to thank our friends at Doan Distillery at the Trolley Barn Public Market in Quakertown. Look, they have some tremendous drinks, tremendous atmosphere, and tremendous staff. So make sure to check them out. And make sure you come visit us on October 30th for the Battle of Pennsylvania between the Pittsburgh Steelers and hopefully the 6 6-0 Philadelphia Eagles at Doan Distillery. As Peanut and myself, we will be live from the Trolley Barn area. So sorry, not specifically Doan Distillery. They have a little bit upper area with all the other vendors. So everyone at the Trolley Barn can see the Birds, Beers, and BS and AAT Sports Network discuss the Philadelphia Eagles beatdown of the Pittsburgh Steelers. 12 noon start for the pregame show. Game kicks off at 1, so make sure to come on out. Yeah. They have tremendous vendors from the distilleries to the breweries, ice cream place. They have some tremendous food and vendors there, so make sure to check them out at the Trolley Barn Market. They are open Thursday through Sunday, so go to their website, check out their hours. Every single store has different hours, so look, there's something for everyone there, so make sure to check them out.
And that's going to be our Halloween special, so we're coming dressed up.
Special?
Jeff said he's coming dressed up.
Yeah, sure, whatever you said. I'd like to also thank our friends at Stuff to the Grills off of Iroquois Trail in the Old Town Shopping Center in Allentown. They have tremendous homemade sandwiches, desserts, sides just for you. And again, make sure to check them out at stufftothegrills.com. They are available for catering and delivery. So again, Stuff to the Grills, they're tremendous sandwiches. Right now with the fall season, they have that pumpkin spice cakes and pies, and it's absolutely incredible. So again, make sure to check out stufftothegrills.com.
Their name
for more
for itself.
Also, Vinny's Pizza and Restaurant off the Iroquois Trail in the Old Town Shopping Center as well. Make sure to check them out for your daily and game day specials today. Look, games are happening Saturday. The Phillies are in the playoffs. NBA basketball, the Sixers are back this week. Look, check out Vinny's. Get that pizza. Get that stromboli. Get those hoagies and subs and those garlic knots. Whatever it may be for your game day needs, Vinny's Pizza Restaurant is the place to go. You can visit them at vinnyspizzarestaurant.com.
Yes, sir.
And, of course, maybe we'll do a post-game show tomorrow depending on our schedule.
If we win.
Okay, if we win, we'll do one. If not, Peanut's going to be snarling away in his bed tomorrow.
If we lose
tonight,
I will be going to bed early tomorrow. I will ignore every call from you, Loco, from you, Jules. Anyone that is a Cowboys fan, don't talk to me if y'all win. But if we win, I will be calling you tonight. It's going to be a long night because I kept my mouth shut all week long. Everyone's talking mad shit. I'm like, yo, I'm not going to say a word. But if we win.
Wow. Buffalo update if you aren't watching the game between the Buffalo Bills and the Kansas City Chiefs. I'm probably a little delayed, but the Buffalo Bills did take the lead 24-20 with 51 seconds left in the game.
Wow.
What a tremendous look.
What a game.
Those two teams are definitely meeting back in the playoffs.
I think the Bills got something to prove at that point. Hey, listen.
I'll say thanks to my mother, Doreen, for tuning in.
Yo, shout out Doreen. What's up, Doreen?
No, not go Dallas, Mom. Sorry, not happening.
Oh, that's right. She a Dallas fan. How did that happen? What? How did that happen?
Look, I love my mom to death, but of course she's one of those typical Cowboys fans that started riding the coattails in the 90s.
Typical.
Sorry, Mom. Love
Typical.
You. But again, thank you everyone for tuning in. We'll be back again sometime this week, hopefully talking about an Eagles victory. If not, maybe a little bye week preview special to see how the rest of the season might go, and maybe discuss a little bit going to that Eagles Pittsburgh game the following week,
which your dad is a fan of. How does that happen? So you got a Dallas mom and you got a Pittsburgh dad, and then you got a Dallas wife. Like, you're surrounded by nothing but like enemies, man.
I think I keep you around.
But
again, thank you everyone for tuning in. Go Birds. And as we end every single show here on Birds, Beards, and BS,
drink them if you got them.
Drink them if you got them.